So now we are going to discuss about the inductance of three-phase overcut lines. The figure shows the three conductors A, B, and C of a three-phase line carrying currents IA, IB, and IC respectively. Let D1, D2, and D3 be the spacing between the conductors as shown in figure. Let us further assume that the loads are balanced, that is IA plus IB plus IC is equal to 0. That is the total current is equal to 0. Consider the flux linkages with conductor A. So there will be a flux linkage with conductor A due to its own current and also due to the mutual inductance effect of IB and IC. So the next, the flux linkage with conductor A due to its own current is equal to nu naught into IA divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus integration of R to infinity into dx divided by x. The flux linkages with conductor A due to current IB is nu naught into IB divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus integration of d1 to infinity into dx divided by x. Yes, a d1 is the diameter of the conductor, r is the radius of the conductors. Here's a d1, d is the diameter. Here's a d1 is the spacing between the conductor B and conductor C. D2 is the spacing between the conductor A and C. D3 is the spacing between the conductor A and B. D is the diameter of the conductor, R is the radius of the conductor. Now you have to assume all these three conductors have same diameters, so that is radius is same, but these three conductors are separated by unequal distance. That D1 and D2 and D3 are unequal. Now, the flux linkage with the conductor A due to current IC is nu naught into IC divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus integration of d2 to infinity dx divided by x. So here d2 is the distance between the conductor A and conductor C. So now the total flux linkage with the conductor A is shown in equations. Now already we know that IA plus IB plus IC is equal to 0. Then now to simplify that equations, the total flux linkage in the conductor A due to the own current and due to the mutual flux in between the conductor B and A, C and A is nu naught divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 minus ln of R into IA plus IB into ln of D3 plus IC into ln of D2. So this is the final equation. The total flux linkage in the conductor A due to the self flux and mutual flux. Now, you have to assume, already we are assumed three conductors are unequal distance. Now you have to assume that is a symmetrical spacing. That means the distance between the conductor A and B, A and C, B and C will be in equal distance. That means D1 equal to D2 equal to D3 equal to D. Under such conditions, the flux linkage with the conductor A becomes nu A, phi A is equal to nu naught divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 minus ln of R into IA minus IB minus of IB plus IC into ln of D. Now you have to simplify this equation. So the total flux linkage in the conductor A is equal to nu naught into IA divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus ln of D by R. So the next inductance of the conductor is A is equal to LA is equal to N phi by I. Now we have to assume number of turns is equal to 1. Then N is equal to 1. Then the equation becomes phi A divided by IA, that is equal to nu naught divided by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus ln of D by R into Henry per meter. So putting the value of nu naught, that is equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 in the above equations, then the inductance of the conductor LA is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 into ln of D by R into Henry per meter. So this is for the total inductance of the conductor A due to the symmetrical spacings. So now we are going for unsymmetrical spacings. When three-phase line conductors are not equidistant from each other, the conductor spacing is said to be unsymmetrical. Under such conditions, the flux linkages and inductance of each phase are not the same. A different inductance in each phase results in unequal voltage drop in the three phase, even if the current in the conductors are balanced. Therefore, the voltage at the receiving end will not be same for all phases. In order that the voltage drops are equal in all conductors, we generally interchange the position of the conductor at regular intervals along the line so that each conductor occupies the original position of every other conductor over an equal distance. Such an exchange of position is known as a transpositions. So the figure shows the transposition of the line. The phase conductors are designated as A, B, C, and the positions occupied are numbered 1, 2, 3. The effect of transposition is that each conductor has the same average inductance. So the above figure shows the three-phase transposed line having unsymmetrical spacing. Let us assume that each of the three phases sections in 1 meter in length. Let us further assume balanced conditions, that is IA plus IB plus IC equal to 0. The inductance per phase can be L is equal to, otherwise LA is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 into ln of root of D1, D2, D3 power 1 by 3 dot by R dash into Henry per meter. R dash is a geometrical mean radius that is equal to 0.7788 into R. So this is the inductance of the three-phase transmission line. So first equation is the total flux linkage in the conductor A. Next, the symmetrical spacing and unsymmetrical spacings. Now we have to find out how to find out the electric potentials. The electric potential at a point due to a charge is the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinite to the point. The concept of electric potential is extremely important for the determination of the capacitance in a circuit, since the latter is defined as the charge per unit potentials. We shall now discuss in detail the electric potential due to some important conductor arrangements. So now we have to take one conductor A. The radius of the conductor is R. The charge flowing through this conductor is QA. Now I'm going to find out the potential at point P due to the conductor A. So that point P is X distance from the conductor A. So the potential at the charged single conductor. Consider as a long straight conductor. Conductor A's radius R meters. So already I told you. So the Q is the charge flowing through the conductors. Now we have to find out the potential at point A. So already we know that electric field intensity E is equal to QA divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into X volts per meters. As X approaches infinity, the value of E approaches 0. Therefore, the potential difference between conductor A and the infinity distant neutral plane is given by VA is equal to QA divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into integration of R to infinity into dx divided by X. So this is the potential at point A due to the charge flowing through the conductor A, otherwise due to one conductor. So now we'll see the capacitance of single phase two-wire systems. So this is the potential, the equation based. Already I told you this is useful to find out the capacitance of the conductors. Consider a single phase overhead transmission line consisting of the two parallel conductors A and B spaced d meters apart in air. Suppose that radius of each conductor is in R meters. Let the respective charges be plus Q and minus Q per meter length. The total potential difference between the conductor A and the neutral infinite plane is VA is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into integration of R to infinity into dx divided by X minus Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into integration of D to infinity into dx divided by X. So you have to simplify these equations. We will get q dot by minus q dot by 2 pi epsilon naught into integration of r to infinity into dx dot by x plus q dot by 2 pi epsilon naught into d to infinity dx dot by x. So this is the VA is the potential difference between the point A and infinity plane. That VB equation is the potential difference between the conductor B and a neutral infinite plane. So you have to simplify both the equations V and VB. So you have to simplify equation VA. We will get q dot by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of d by r in volts. You have to simplify the equation VB. Then you will get minus q dot by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of d by r in volts. So now I'm going to find out the potential difference between the two conductors. That is VAB. That is equal to VA minus VB. But the VB equation they have minus is there. So minus into minus equal to plus. Then the equation becomes VAB is equal to 2 into VA. That is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln divided by d by r. Otherwise, CAB is equal to charge divided by voltage, that equal to pi into epsilon naught divided by ln of d by r in farad per meter. This is the capacitance in between the two conductors. Now we will see what a capacitance to neutral. The above equations gives the capacitance between the conductors of a two-wire line. Often, it is desired to know the capacitance between one of the conductors and a neutral point between them. Since potential of the midpoint between the conductors is 0, the potential difference between each conductor and the ground or neutral is half the potential between the conductors. Thus, the capacitance to ground or capacitance to neutral for the two-wire line is twice the line-to-line capacitance. That means the capacitance neutral, that is Cn is equal to Can is equal to Cbn is equal to 2 into Cab. That is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln of d by r. Already we know that capacitance will be connected and centered. So that is in parallel. So the total capacitance is equal to 2 times of that one. That means you have to add these two. We will get the total capacitance of the transmission lines. So this is a capacitance for single phase systems. That is a one conductor to the neutral or one conductor with respect to another conductors. Now, the capacitance of three-phase overhead line. In a three-phase transmission line, the capacitance of each conductor is considered instead of capacitance from the conductor to conductor. Here again, two cases arise. One is a symmetrical spacing, another one is a unsymmetrical spacing. For symmetrical spacing, now we have to assume A, B, C. The distance between the conductors should be equal, and the charge flowing through each conductor will be QA, QB, and QC per meter length respectively. Okay. And here also you have to assume the distance should be equal. That is the spacing between the conductor will be equal. So now D is the spacing between the each conductor. There is A to B, B to C, and A to C. So now the voltage VA is equal to R to infinity QA divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into x into dx plus integration of D to infinity QB divided by 2 pi epsilon naught x into dx plus integration of D to infinity QC divided by 2 pi epsilon naught x into dx. Assume that QA, QB plus QC is equal to 0 according to the Kirchhoff's current law. Now, VA is equal to QA divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln divided by d by r. So now the capacitance of the conductor A with respect to neutral is CA is equal to QA divided by VA, that is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln of d by r in farad per meter for a three-phase systems. Now this equation is identical to capacitance neutral for two-wire systems. So derived in a similar manner. The expression for capacitance are the same for conductor B and C. So now unsymmetrical phasing. Here also you have to apply the transposition between the three conductors. That means you have to make it, the voltage drop will be equal. So the conductor spacing will be, otherwise the position of the conductor will be is changed at equal interval of distance. So let us assume balanced conditions QA plus QB plus QC is equal to 0. So now for unsymmetrical spacing transpose 3/4 line, BA is equal to QA divided by 2 pi epsilon into ln of root of d1 d2 d3 power 1 by 3 divided by r. The capacitance from the conductor to neutral is CA is equal to QA divided by VA equal to 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln of root of d1 d2 d3 power 1 by 3 divided by r. Next, the performance of the transmission line will be find out based upon the line will be categorized as 3 types. One is a short transmission line, medium transmission line, and long transmission line. So in the next class, we will discuss about the how to find out the performance of the transmission line based upon the different types. Okay, thank you.